Welcome back to Star by Esther's channel. Today we're going to be recapping, reviewing, and yeah nah and nah yang episode 5 of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Down under! G'day, I'm Russell.
And I'm Esther. Today I am a good old Aussie Sheila from the bush, and Russell
From the bush, from Bougainvillea.
Bougainvillea. That's a type of flower, so thank you very much. Russell's in his
Oodie.
bogan comfiness. We didn't speak about where we are this week. Where are we going to be? Well, if it's bush, we should be in the bush. Should we do like a rainforest? Carragini National Park? That'd be nice. You know, with the red rocks in the water? We're going to be at Carragini National Park. Google it to find out more. Today's episode starts with the reading challenge.
The library is open.
Has been opened. Put on your reading glasses. Oh, these are very dirty. Good, bad, funny, not funny.
I thought it was funny.
Kidda was good. Kidda was
Kidda
funny.
was good. Karen was good. Art was good.
I do think that Kidda was funnier though, and Kidda should have won.
Yeah.
I agree with Kidda's self-diagnoses.
I feel as if like Aussies already have that humour, so like a lot of them
We're already taking the piss out of each other.
We're taking the piss out of each other the last couple of episodes.
Yeah, they've been reading each other the whole fucking
So,
season.
I feel as if there weren't that many people who weren't that good. It was only Etcetera.
Oh,
Yeah.
and Scarlet not so much.
Oh yeah, Scarlet. Yeah, like
Yeah,
the pretty ones.
got a point. You got a point.
As I do everything, I've been watching all around the world and seeing what the people
Other
think
people's
of.
opinions.
And seriously, educate yourself. Educate Americans. UK people, they're okay. They get our humour because we get UK humour too, and it's funny. It's funny. Americans.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Americans have shit humor. Like their kind of comedy just doesn't translate to us, and our comedy doesn't translate to them. Really.
Maybe it's because it's too highbrow.
We're too intellectual.
And
well,
yeah.
Wait till we get to the main challenge. It's definitely not highbrow for the most part. We'll get to that. So Art was the winner of the mini challenge.
Yes.
Did she get anything for that?
She got a sewing machine, which she's probably just gonna give to Passion Couture.
The main challenge is going to be selling a yeast spread, which obviously is in reference to Vegemite, well-known Australian spread, which is made as it's a yeast extract.
Isn't it made in New Zealand?
Is it?
I don't know. Or is that Marmite?
That's English, and I think it's similar, but I think Vegemite's still the worst.
I love Vegemite. You just have to eat it properly.
You don't.
You put it with butter.
If you love Vegemite, you would put Vegemite on your toast every day, but no, you do what? You put Promite.
Yeah, but that's because it's yummy. But
So Promite tastes better than Vegemite.
if I didn't have Promite, I would use Vegemite, and you just have to put a big layer of butter, and then you put the Vegemite on.
Very thin, very thin.
And it tastes delish.
Go find some
Delish.
Vegemite and give it a taste.
Happy little Vegemites.
So that's the theme, and they all tend to be looking like they're going to be, related to women's downstairs part. And to be honest, in my opinion, it all seems a little bit misogynistic, a little bit in poor taste, and there's definitely other places you could have taken it. Too many of them went down the same road.
There's been a lot of flack, a lot of backlash. I can't speak on the behalf of women.
Yeah.
Or
People with vaginas.
people with vaginas. It was kind of like a bit of a cop-out. I feel like it was an easy...
It's sort of
It was an easy
old
thing to...
It's an old joke. It's an easy joke.
Yeah.
And it's, like when Karen said, oh, the first thing I thought of was, and it's like, well, why just do the first thing you think of? It doesn't mean it's a bit cliche or a bit done.
Yeah.
That's sort of like, drag. It's always been said, oh, we're, drag queens are mocking women. Whereas we always say, no, we're appreciating women, but that's not showing appreciation of women. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it could have been better. They could have done better. They should have done better.
So we need to talk about the situation that happened in the workroom with Scarlet, where Scarlet has revealed
About her
in the
past?
show about her past. Said in the show, doing blackface while performing in drag.
Etcetera was very articulate with what she said about the situation. What Scarlet did was wrong. It's not our place to accept apologies.
What she did was wrong, and the worst of the worst thing that somebody could do, especially as a drag queen and being in the LGBT community. And we, as white people, cannot accept an apology from Scarlet. It's a difficult situation, and we've been struggling with how we would speak about it or not speak about it. Even before we started the series, we knew of Scarlet's past, and everything was already blowing up on social media.
Yes.
Up until now, we haven't spoken of it because we didn't feel
it was our place.
It was our place to speak about it.
Yeah, it's hard for me. I find it difficult to talk about this because I'm white presenting, and I don't want to speak on the behalf of other people or speak over other people.
Yeah, but we also acknowledge that if things need to be addressed, then they need to be addressed.
What Scarlet did was wrong, and I support POC and Indigenous communities, and that's all.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say, because I know it's upsetting.
It's upsetting that, and like I was saying before, the fact that Scarlet was still cast on the season, surely the producers would have looked into their background and seen and known about these things. So it sort of feels like they may be doing this or cast her with the intention of revealing it at some point in the season for drama, for whatever. We're not going to discuss it any further in future episodes. You know, for the purpose of our videos and our reviews, we want it to be fun and entertaining, so we will be still reviewing and recapping and knowing Scarlet's looks, but as long as you're aware, we do not agree with what Scarlet's past involves. Yeah, we don't need to speak of it any further. Yes, further on in the episode, Rue does address it on the main stage, which is problematic in itself because it's giving her a platform, an international platform to apologize when really it's not really about an apology. It's about growing and making reparations and doing what you need to grow. It's a hard situation.
It's a hard situation. I don't think it should have been used in the TV show.
No, it's odd.
It's definitely, I reckon it's hurt a lot of people, and
more people now knowing about it, and then they're gonna see it and find it and see that obviously there's we know there's ingrained social systemic racism in Australia and around the world, but it's sort of like another little reminder to the Indigenous people of Australia that it's still current and it doesn't sit well with us.
Yeah.
Let's nah and nah yeah, the runway looks and the advertisements for Drag Race Down Under episode 5. Category is Finest Sheila in the Bush. So first on the runway we've got Electroshock. You don't sound that enthused. If you've watched the episode, you know what eventually happened. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It's better than what she had done in the past, yes.
I hate those boots.
The boots.
She's worn those boots
Has she?
multiple times. Burn those boots!
Do you like that?
She's doing the androgynous look.
Yeah.
She's a man, Maury. It needed more. If the train was long and she had more flowy bits as she was moving, I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
I love that she's used, referencing Kiwi culture. This challenge and a lot of the challenges have been very Aussie focused.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to Kiwi. So I like that she's still bringing in the Kiwi references and culture, which I'm learning and I've never knew about. But yeah, it could have been more, but for Electra, it's okay and it's better. So I'm going to say a nah, yeah, for me.
Mine's a nah.
Now, what did you think of her ad?
Her ad was good. She did good with her ad.
No, I think the ad was very funny. And I think once we get into it, I think that's the only one I actually had a bit of a chuckle. I think it was good and it wasn't in poor taste. Next onto the runway is Ketamine. In her butterfly thing.
Butterfly gown.
Kid has been one of the good ones out of the contestants that have been doing proper photo shoots after the fact of Drag Race.
I like it as well. It's really cute, it's really fashion, it's really pretty. The one thing is probably the green lipstick. Not a fan.
She does always do very colourful, and her makeup is very big and caricature clowny. I would love to see her soften it a bit.
Like, I reckon she could have gone full glamour with this look.
Yeah, it would have worked.
And not had to do the campy face, because the hair is also really nice as well.
Pretty.
But for me, this is amazing. This is
for me, this is a hell yeah for me.
It's a hell yeah for me as well.
Yeah. What did you think of her ad? Hers was the donut hole and the Divine inspired reference, which I did the Divine wig for this one, which I was wondering when it was going to pop up in the season. I've done a TikTok, but I haven't posted it yet, so I'll post a TikTok, and the TikTok might be posted. Go and find it on TikTok.
I liked it. It probably wasn't the best. It was definitely second. I feel as if in the ad she was very like one tone. And like in a high, like she was always the same, like, you kind of need that, you know what I mean? It was still good. Like I said, it was second.
It was good.
Next up, we have Maxi Shields. Maxi Shield.
I really love this. This is so cute. And I got the reference straight away.
Before
they even said it. We watched a few Americans and they're like,
what is this?
She just looks like an old matron. I don't get it. And so the reference is Picnic at Hanging Rock, which is, I don't know if it was a book. Was it a book?
I think.
Before a film. It's an old Australian film, story slash book, set in the olden times, and this is very that. For someone's mind to go find a Sheila in a bush and choose this, it's a really good idea.
It shows the history of Australia. It also gives me a little bit of Man of Snow River vibes.
Yeah.
You know?
Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman?
Yeah, but Dr. Quinn was American.
I know, whatever, still.
I like it. I give it a hell yeah.
I think I'm gonna give it a hell yeah as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hell yeah for me.
Yeah.
And her ad was the horn bag. Yes, with Mrs. Slocum. She could have done better. Yeah, I think like what they said, it didn't make sense that she was going from the sexy outfit, but it should have been the other way around, turning from Mrs. Slocum into the horn bag, or some kind of like ding, bewitched.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, there needed to be.
You turn into the horn bag. The structure didn't really make as much sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, could have been better.
But loved the look.
Oh yes. Next onto the runway, we have Karen from Finance in her Fire Lady with koala costume, or volunteer firefighter. I really think this is really cool. Yeah, it's really cool, really well made, love the colours. To be honest, I didn't really like the hat. The K on it is literally just a K from Spotlight, and they painted it black. I don't know. The font, I don't like the font of that K. Do you know what I mean? Is that bad? Is that nitpicking too much?
That's nitpicking too much. Even though, like, my nitpick is a little bit, like, I don't like lace fabric. But, overall, if I, like, squint, I don't see the lace. She's got a beautiful fireman's dress outfit showing support for the firefighters. Was quite a nice gesture.
For me, it is a no. Yeah, I personally still am waiting for Karen to do full glam, and I want to see her shoulders, or her arms, or her wrists. I want to see some skin.
You're being such a Michelle.
I want to see some skin. She needs to at least once do not an up to the neck and down to the wrist outfit.
But she's got tattoos.
Well, that'll look cool. Video, what do you think? Hers was the discharge.
Yeah.
That went very, straight away.
She markets herself amazingly. So she knew what to do. She did the ad. Everything was good. What let her down was the name.
The thing. Could have been done it a little bit wittier and smarter than that.
I reckon if it wasn't called Discharge, she would have been at the top. The judges all got turned off by that name. It's like when people say moist. It's gross. It's literally the word that the judges were like, ugh. You know, like they were like, ugh.
Yeah, you don't want to eat this.
No. Next on the runway is Art Simone in her Cafe Day night outfits.
Well, it reveals into it.
It reveals into
This
it,
is
but
like in a Kubra and, you know, like... But this is sort of Cafe Nighty anyway, when she's like
when
going
she's
boot scoot.
you got the Billy Porter opening
Cork hat.
cork hat.
If you don't know what a cork hat is for,
Google it.
Google it. For the flies. Yes, I know Kath's hair isn't huge, but I reckon it would have looked better if the hair was bigger. It's not like a wow showstopper runway.
She has done Cafe Day night before. Art is probably one of the best Cafe Day night impersonators. So I like it a lot, even though I've seen it before. But I think it's good for the show.
Yeah, that's what we're getting at. That's good. Why put a
it
negative on it?
I wasn't putting a negative on it.
Sounded like you're trying to.
No, I wasn't.
For me, it is a nah, yeah.
Nah, yeah, for me too.
What do you think of her video?
Ooh.
I didn't laugh out loud at it.
It was a bit sporadic.
Yeah.
And it was a bit like...
And I think the joke with the whole, like, you know, obviously referencing Vegemite and it tastes bad and Americans don't get it, so we use Vegemite to get rid of Americans. A little bit too...
I get what the judges were saying, like, if Karen had a little bit of Art and Art had a little bit of Karen, it would have worked out good. Because they've been telling Karen to, like, amp it up.
I do definitely feel like, obviously, Art coming back as well, and knowing who Art is, she feels like she's trying too hard. You know, just do everything.
Yeah.
You know, and go full energy, and it's like, well, you need a balance.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Next onto the runway is, what is it? Etcetera. I really love this. This is like her bush, everything, leaves and flowers and flora and fauna, revealing into the fire and then a burnt forest after a bushfire.
She did very well telling the story, and...
Did you like it? You didn't like it?
I thought the overcoat was a bit busy.
It was very like
it didn't look like flowers and nature and stuff. Like, I've seen photos since then and it looks better, but moving on the stage, it kind of, you know, it borderline looked like seaweed. But I did love the reveal with the fire and then the
I love the little thing that came out.
And then she was the sign of like new life. Like I said at the very beginning of this series, Etcetera is a conceptual queen, and I like this concept. So it gets hell yeah for me.
You said you didn't like it.
The concept pushes it over.
I really love the concept and the reveal, and it's cool. And the weird, quirky, wacky hair. Like, looks like in a cartoon or something. Like Bill and Ted, or Grug. It's like orange-haired Grug. Oh, Grug. You won't know Grug. This is Grug. I really like it. And for me, it is a hell yeah.
What do you think about her piss? Get on the piss. Chuck a piss. She looked really good.
Of the yellow outfit and the yellow hair, it looked really pretty.
She looked really good.
Looked really good in it. What exactly was the storyline?
Piss.
Like, it was too literal. Like, Kiddas is like donut hole and stuff in your hole, but it's stuff in your donut hole. But she was literally like, piss, fermented urine. And it's like, oh, and so literally, like, there's no like innuendo joke in there. So it literally was a jar of piss.
Yeah. Not kink shaming.
Yeah.
You know, people who love their golden showers. Yeah. Yeah.
And to be honest, piss isn't really very spreadable, is it?
Oh.
You can't spread piss. Unless
is there yeast in piss?
Fermented, that's fine.
Fermented piss.
It's so bad that it's actually funny.
Next up we have Scarlet Adams.
And she's coming down the runway in her Priscilla-inspired silver winged thing.
It's like kind of like a replica.
Oh, maybe we'll get a picture of it then.
Priscilla.
Priscilla is like one of my all-time favorite movies, so I like
Yeah,
it.
like I was hoping that they were going to have a Priscilla runway. Priscilla literally, it trailblazed, you know what I mean?
It opened up
It opened up
the world. It was,
the world to drag, and
well,
you
Australia
know,
at least, to LGBT storyline.
yeah. And it's one of the movies that's gone all around the world. You know what I mean? Not a lot of
Australian cinema, yeah.
not a lot of Australian cinema goes around the world and is popular around the world. Priscilla, a lot of people, everyone knows. Oh, the whole gay community knows about Priscilla. If you don't know about Priscilla, freaking watch Priscilla, and then maybe you'll get some of the Australian jokes.
Kidding.
But yeah, so back to Scarlet Adams. Sorry about the tangent.
It's good.
It's
and
good.
it's done well, but I guess it's not like a different take on it. It's not super original. She twirled too much, and it sort of ruined the effect of the floating of the wings. You need that whole silhouette for it to look good and make sense. For me, it's a nah, yeah.
For me, it is hell yeah. I love Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Her video. This was probably the worst one in regards to what we were talking about at the start, in regards to the misogynistic kind of undertones. I've always hated drag queens that automatically go to that touching the private area, being icky, going like this in a performance. Like, it's sort of like, and this is like another version of that, like going,
cheap.
Going for the cheapest laugh.
It's cheap, it's crude, there's a line, and a lot of the times Aussies do tend to go beyond that line in any kind of humour and comedy. So, yeah, no.
Who was your favourite? We haven't done our top. Who's your top for the week? I didn't like Electra's runway look was not the best, in my opinion, out of the group.
Her video was the best.
But her video was the best video. So Electra wins for the main challenge.
Video.
And for me, the best runway, I'm drawn to Maxi.
I like Kidda. Kidda's my winner for the runway.
Actually, yeah. Kitty Mean wins episode 5 of the runway. So, the critiques, I think, were all quite valid.
Well, except for Etcetera, I think they were a little bit harsh on her.
Does it feel that was a little bit produced on purpose to put it on the bottom?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. She wasn't the best, but I didn't think she was the worst.
Yeah, and I guess like if Michelle said, the piss was bad, but the vagina thing was worse with Scarlet, why wasn't Scarlet in the bottom?
Yeah.
I would say that their outfit was equally good, but yeah, that's where we're talking about, the show being, they're not being subtle about the way that they're swaying or pushing along the competition. They've purposefully given Etcetera negative critiques and put her in the bottom rather than Scarlet, which they could have easily put in the bottom also. The bottom two end up being Maxi Shield and Etcetera. And finally, we get a pure dinky dye Aussie crowd favourite song, Absolutely Everybody by Vanessa Amorosi. We watched a few of the Americans as well, and they don't have a clue what it is, which of course they wouldn't, but they should. She's a great singer with a great voice. So if you want to go and stream her on Spotify, find Vanessa Amorosi on Spotify and listen to her other stuff. Maybe just find an Aussie. Actually, if you want to listen to good Aussie music, Russell has a playlist, his DJ Bun Girl, Aussie Mix. We'll put the link for that in the description box below if you want to learn about more Aussie music. I think for me, this is the best lip sync so far. The most entertaining and the most fun.
Yes.
They both did really well. Out of all the odds, you would think that Maxi, being the older queen, wouldn't be able to keep up with the younger queen, but Maxi, was just classic Aussie drag conviction, and she had her microphone whipping out of her sleeve, and Maxi, Shantae, she stayed, and unfortunately, Etcetera, Shantae away, which I am actually very disappointed. Same as last week with Anita. I feel it's someone that was showing a lot of promise. And I feel Etcetera could have gone a lot further.
But she's young.
Like she said, she's young and the other ones are older. And, maybe they need a little bit more than her, which I thought that was really funny. I loved her ending lines, were really hilarious. Obviously, she had sort of scripted herself, but they were hilarious. Not that I didn't like Etcetera before. I didn't really know Etcetera very well, but she's definitely warmed to me, and I really like her now. And I'm excited to see more of her on the socials. I saw on her social media today, she's actually releasing a single. Did you see that?
What?
She's releasing a song called Piss. That'll be on YouTube soon, so go and find that. Which is great. This is what you need to do. Like, Etcetera's doing it perfectly, Art's doing it perfectly, Karen's doing it perfectly, Tita's doing well with it as well. If you're going to be on the show and while that's airing, you need to have your social media pumping. Get your photo shoots, get your videos, like, and this is going to be the first Aussie Brew Girl to release a song. I am a little bit disappointed, we didn't touch on before with the Scarlet situation, that the one person in the workroom that actually sort of had an opinion against Scarlet and spoke up gets eliminated. And Etcetera was sort of the last sort of hope of someone who was a little bit more someone who is gender diverse. They've got rid of the people of the Indigenous queen and the person of colour, and now they've got rid of the gender diverse person. Now it's not just white girl drag race, it's cis white gay male drag race. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. Did you see that? That's what people were saying as well, that there's never been an all-white top 7, top 8.
Yeah.
And it goes to show that they really could have cast it a bit better, to be honest. Where's the, Australia is so multicultural. Where's the Asian queens? Where's the Indian? Where's all the other multicultural mix in Australia? There's so much to choose from, and it's not really representing Australia as well as it should. Please leave a comment below and tell us what you think of this show, what you think of this episode, what you think of our review.
If you have any questions about behind the scenes or people, put it down below.
And we will be sure to answer it either in reply to you in the comments or in the next episode. The comments really do help with the algorithm on YouTube to help this grow. So if you really do love us, if you view this video and if you've liked this video, please leave a comment, because that really does help. Even if it's something short, we love to hear from you, and that would be amazing and lovely. If you would like to join us and become one of Esther's starlets, please go over and join us. The link is in the description box below. And thank you very much to all of our current patrons. Here they are, whacking Russell in the face. You're juggling this week. Okay. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. You should say that whole sentence, because you didn't say anything just then, the last whole bit. See you in the next video. Bye-bye. Bye!
In the next film.
What do you think of my look, honestly?
It's shit! Oh my god.
Oh, I can't be beautiful all the time.
I don't like it.
I think it looks cool. I didn't look at myself enough. I look ridiculous.
You look ridiculous.